Once, we sat in basements, cowering in front of a flickering screen, with only our Atari or ColecoVision for company. Now, gamers are the ones calling the shots, as the world turns to us to fight their battles, fend off zombies, and gather stray starbits. Woohoo! We are changing the very face of the entertainment industry with every achievement. Every year, we come together to celebrate our victories and pay heed to the biggest names in video games as they give us a glimpse of what the future holds for consoles, computers, handhelds, and beyond. Welcome to E3. This is the third day of this massive spectacle, but it's still closed to the public. If you want to be at the center of it all, G4 is the only one that can get you behind closed doors with exclusive live coverage. We'll talk to the people that you want to hear from the most. These are the heavy hitters of the gaming industry, and you'll only see them here. Watch as we break news and bring you hands-on demos of the hottest new titles every hour.
Hold on a second.
This is your ticket inside. G4 presents E309 Live.
Man, it's a lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers. Yeah, I'm Kevin for everybody. I'm sorry.
I'm Olivia Munn.
You're Olivia Munn.
It's right there.
Joining us is Morgan Webb with 100% of her voice today. E3, by the way, is the end of speculation and the end of rumors.
Yeah.
It's all there.
It is. This is the time when Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, they're going to unleash all of their earth-shaking news and explosive new titles, and we're making sure that you do not miss a beat because we're like that.
Yeah.
It's very kind of us.
I know.
You're welcome. On today's show, do you like monkeys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? Do you like islands?
Why do you have
Yeah.
Well, good for you because we have 2 Monkey Island demos, huh? The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition and Tales of Monkey Island, they're both on the way.
Then, from the makers of Max Payne comes Alan Wake. We'll demo this writer's nightmare and find out why you should always carry a flashlight, especially when you have flying cars at you.
Why does a flashlight? How does a flashlight
Because you
help?
guide them in.
You can see them coming to destroy you.
Yeah, and then you
It's better
distract
that
them
way.
with your light, like a baby.
But it's a
She's
car.
got it.
I know, and you go, hey, look over here.
Is that how you play with your niece? Like she's a cat with a laser pointer?
No, I throw her at flashlight.
Oh, okay, good.
And we're going to catch up with the Lombax and Robot duo that melts our hearts. We're going to go hands-on with a favorite of mine, Ratchet & Clank Future of Dress. Yes! You can learn how a mating call can be a weapon.
Plus, the arcade hit comes home. Tekken 6 will be right there on our stage. And you can see the console version of this hallowed fighter will knock you out, just like its mama said to.
Ooh, what said knock you out?
Mama Tekken did say to knock
Yeah.
you out.
But first, there have been plenty of jaw-dropping moments over the last few days.
One of them was me being sober for 6 hours straight, right? I'm kidding, because I really wasn't.
Yeah, I know. I could smell it.
Sorry.
There were also a few involving games. Here's the best of E3 so far.
E309 has already given us a lot of reasons to be happy. Here are some of our favorite things we've seen so far. The trailer for BioWare's new game, Star Wars: The Old Republic, is basically any fan's dream. A 3-minute action scene that makes us very excited for the MMO, which doesn't yet have a firm release date. Why couldn't the last 3 movies be as good as this one trailer?
You were deceived.
Speaking of long-term projects, both Microsoft and Sony had motion capture systems at their press conferences. Project Natal is the name for Xbox 360's new hardware, which senses your motions using several different techniques. If it's actually this sharp when it's released, we'll be very impressed. Meanwhile, Sony demonstrated a prototypical wand that was able to accurately sense movement. Supposedly, the look of the controller is not finalized, which is probably for the best. But that wasn't all that Sony showed off. God of War 3 is just as good looking as you'd expect. We didn't think it were possible, but they somehow managed to find new ways to push the levels of violence. Good for them. Supposedly, this will be the last main installment in the franchise, and we can't wait to see how they wrap things up. But Nintendo also brought a couple heavy hitters. The revelation of new Super Mario Bros. Wii was a very welcome surprise. The game allows 4-player co-op set in the classic Mario universe. When you get separated, the view scales to accommodate. Obviously, the graphics aren't cutting edge, but it had the classic Nintendo vibe all over it. New Super Mario Bros. Wii comes out before the end of the year. And last but not least is the announcement of Metroid Other M. Not only is it a brand new adventure for the Wii, the game will be developed by Team Ninja. Obviously, Itagaki won't be involved, but we have a lot of faith in this development house. The game looks to use a mixture of first and third-person elements, and it will reportedly tie up some of the loose ends from Super Metroid. Hopefully, it'll be out by the time next E3 rolls around.
Thanks, Olivia.
You're welcome.
Now, the Ratchet & Clank series is known for its outrageously destructive and creative weapons.
Yes, the latest installment of Ratchet & Clank Future Crack in Time, of course, is no exception. There are amazing new weapons, bigger levels, and of course, rocket boots.
Yes!
Yes!
Rocket boots!
We are so excited and jealous of Adam because he got the chance to check it out, and here's what's going on with one of our favorite PS3 titles.
All right, at the end of Ratchet & Clank Future Quest for Booty, we were left with quite a cliffhanger. Clank was about to fall into the hands of the nefarious Dr. Nefarious. Insomniac Games is about to pull whatever you'd call the opposite of a cliffhanger in Ratchet & Clank Future, a crack in time. Let's go hands-on and catch up with my favorite Lombax and Robot and wrap this story up. All right, joining us on our stage, Crack in Time's creative director, Brian Algier. Thanks for dropping by. You know how much I love this, so I'm just happy as a clam right now.
It's great to be here.
So with this new one, this is a fully fledged non-downloadable game for the PS3. You always bring something new to the table with every Ratchet. What's the big stuff this time?
Well, there's a bunch of new stuff here. We're focusing on time. That's a big element of both story and gameplay. We also learn more about Ratchet and Clank's past and their origin. Ratchet actually teams up with a Lombax, and for the longest time we thought that Ratchet was the only Lombax alien in the galaxy. Well, it turns out there's another one named Alistair Azimuth, who Ratchet learns about where he came from, his family, and he sort of serves as Ratchet's mentor throughout the game.
Now, with the role of time in the game, I mean, are we sort of, if there is a location, will we see that location through various moments in history? How is it being incorporated in the gameplay?
Well, there are time travel levels. There's also some time elements involved with Clank. Clank was abducted in Tools of Destruction.
Yep.
We find out he's working with the Zoni and Dr. Nefarious in Quest for Booty, and he learns a lot more about his own abilities and some time elements. But for right now, what we're showing is just Ratchet's search for Clank and his travels through Krell Canyon.
Okay, so what's happening here at Krell Canyon? It looks like it's one of the levels it's quite a wide open level.
Yeah, this is one of our biggest, this is probably our biggest level we've ever created. It's got this huge canyon area, this big cave complex, and Ratchet's got some cool new weapons at his disposal to take out these Agorian barbarians that are all throughout. And his goal is to snipe them, use the Sonic Eruptor, and the cryo mines.
Okay, the Sonic Eruptor, and maybe James over here can make this happen. What does it do?
Well, the Sonic Eruptor is this creature called an Xenogoat that Ratchet carries around with him. And what it does is it gives out this loud mating call, which sounds a lot like a belch. And so when the creature's cheeks are full, it'll actually give out a much larger belch. There's actually a on-screen indicator, and you can look at the creature, and when everything's filled up, you press the button, and it just blasts enemies away.
Because as you guys have learned, bodily functions make the best weaponry.
That's right.
Now, once again, the weapons are such like a heavy element in the game. I mean, how many are we going to see? Like, not an exact number, but is this massive on the weapons level?
Oh yeah, there's a huge number of weapons. Ratchet's got a giant arsenal. We're also bringing back some weapons from Tools of Destruction. Oh, cool. And if you have a save from Tools of Destruction, you'll get those weapons a lot quicker.
Yay! Okay, good. That's the reason why I have that save right there. I guess some of the other stuff, every year with Insomniac, we see new tech, new improvements. Obviously, R2 was a big jump from Tools of Destruction. Have you moved past R2 with this?
Yeah, that's correct. This is our 4th generation PlayStation 3 game.
Let's start with, say that one more time.
It's our 4th generation PlayStation 3
right,
game.
just come on. These guys pump one out a year, okay? Go on.
And, well, we improve the tech with each game. On this game, we are bringing the water over from R2, so Ratchet can interact with the water. There's a lot of cool motion. You can fire weapons into it and watch everything splash and move around. We've got self-shadowing on the characters. A lot of people, when they look at these Agorian creatures, they think, oh, there's some sort of cell shading. Actually, it's just self-shadowing. So they cast shadows on themselves. It makes the characters feel a lot more lifelike. We also have some fur tech. If you go up close on Ratchet, James, if you want to go into first or over-the-shoulder mode, you can actually see some detailed fur on his ears.
Wow. Now, one other thing with this game, and it was something we saw in Quest for Booty, is you now have varying levels of difficulty.
That's right. You know, we want to appeal to people who haven't played Ratchet and Clank games before and people who are experts at them. And so now you can set your own level of difficulty for it.
All right, one more thing I definitely want to check on this there, Brian, is gadgets. That's always a real fun aspect of the game.
Yeah, well, the great thing about this game is Ratchet's got hover boots.
Okay, as we're seeing right here, actually.
That's right. Allows him to quickly race around levels. He can hit boost pads. He can hit ramps, jump off of walls. It's just a great way to get around these very large open levels.
Oh, you have grind rails. Well, you know, if you show me that, you've made me the happiest boy you can possibly make me.
We put it there for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, it's going to come out this year?
That's right, fall 2009.
All right, I cannot wait.
Okay,
I want to travel the time to play it now. Brian, everybody give it up.
Looks awesome. Now, Madden 09 brought a breath of fresh air into the premier football franchise for Electronic Arts.
Yes, and as we rapidly approach a flip of the calendar year, they're ready to do it again with Madden 10.
The traditional calendar flip.
A
whole year on one page, huh?
At the end of the calendar year, you take it off the little pin and you throw it away.
You flip because you always have another year on the other side.
Do you?
Print on both sides.
What calendars do you get?
They're very green. I don't know.
I get mine from the dealership.
But now there are gang tackles, which God, it sounds like a hate crime, and improved animations, and a host of other changes. Plenty of stuff, and Allison Hayslip is actually at the EA booth right now with more.
I'm here at the EA booth to check out what's in store for the 21st annual Madden NFL video game franchise. That's right, Madden 10. Last year was a big revamp for Madden 9, correct? So what can you possibly bring to the table this year?
Well, 10's an even bigger revamp. Lots of things within the gameplay system, lots of online innovations as well, including franchise mode.
So talk to me more about this online stuff. You can play against your friends, or?
Absolutely. So one of the things that people have asked for within the Madden franchise for the last decade has been online franchise. So you and up to 31 of your friends can all connect remotely, play through a real NFL season, doing trades, a live draft, the whole 9 yards of franchise mode. It's a great experience, and the kicker to all this is you can actually interact with your franchise from the web or from an iPhone application on top of all that.
From your iPhone?
From your iPhone.
That's pretty incredible.
It's all, you can literally access Madden anywhere, anytime.
Which is all what we really needed to do. Now talk to me more about Pro Tack, because I know we were talking about this before. Originally, you can only tackle one-on-one, but...
Right. Pro Tack touches every aspect of the gameplay, and I think the biggest thing you'll notice is up to 9-man gang tackles. So instead of just having a tackle that's one guy on another, up to 9 total players, 5 defensive guys, 4 offensive guys, any combination. And on top of all that, you can actually fight for the fumble. The ball's going to hit the ground, you're going to jump on the pile, fight for the ball using a button masher. It's a great experience.
Phil, are you ready for some football?
I think I'm going to take you down.
Let's do it.
EA Sports has always had the hardcore gamer covered, but what about you casual folks? If you're a Nintendo owner, can you be won over? That is our first poll question. Will Wii Motion Plus heighten your interest in sports games for the Wii? Is your answer A, yes, B, no, or C, yes, but for all games? Not from the peanut gallery, from the viewers at home. Head on over to the all-new G4TV.com/E3 and let us know what you think. We are going to have the results later in the show.
Answer's still no, though. Sorry. I mean, I don't have time to text.
Yeah, just so you know, that was Kevin in the peanut gallery.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Party of one over here. There is plenty more to come on E309. We will return to the EA booth to check out a game whose trailer had E3 buzzing. Don't miss the World War II stealth action of Saboteur.
Saboteur. Plus, we have an explosive split-second demo that'll make you fearful of underpasses and control towers. You should be scared already.
There's lots more to come from this year's E3, only on G4. What's up? Stay here.
E309 Live is brought to you by Web Soup, an all-new savory blend of brainless viral videos and hilarious commentary. Premieres Sunday night, only on G4.
Take
over a town, it's bad news.
It is. There's no two ways about it. They're generally not there to implement urban renewal programs, which is what I would be doing there.
Yes, if you were a Nazi, you would be doing
That's
urban
what I would be
renewal
doing.
plans.
In the case of the saboteur, the Nazis have invaded Paris, and it's up to you to root them out. Can you handle it?
That's right. EA has this open-world stealth-based game on its roster, as well as 2 new battlefields and new expansion for Will Wright's 4.
Yes, Chris Hardwick is at the EA booth, and he's got more.
EA has a lot on its plate. Fortunately, it has a really huge plate. And so we're just going to show you some more stuff that EA's got going on. This is Battlefield Bad Company 2.
What we did with Bad Company 2 is we actually stripped down the kit selections. We made all of them customizable.
Okay.
So now you can customize your kits to make them fit your playstyle perfectly. Okay. We also made all the weapons more authentic, so it's snappier and easier to kill people.
That's what you want in a weapon. It's snappier and easier to kill people.
Yeah. The first game we did, Bad Company 1, we added this layer of tactical destruction where you could break down the walls, you could take down trees, vegetation, everything. What people missed was that you couldn't take down full buildings. Okay. So we just fixed it.
Fantastic. Quick, snappy killing. Buildings are coming down. Basically, everything is up for grabs to destroy in Battlefield Bad Company 2. One of the coolest trailers I've seen so far has been for Saboteur. It just basically turns Paris into a sandbox.
Paris is really exciting. Like it's got beautiful monuments, cool streets. I want to play there, immediately from pictures. And so we made Sean the daredevil, and he can just go anywhere and climb buildings and pretty much do what you want in the environment. We kind of encourage the player to go in quietly. They can go in guns a-blazing and go nuts. Any of the guns you see on a Nazi, you can go pick those up.
When is this game available?
This holiday, 2009.
All right, I'm here at Battlefield 1943. I'm standing here with Gordon, the game's producer. There have been huge lines the entire E3 since I've been here for people to actually come up and play this game.
We added combat systems that people are really familiar with from games like Halo and Call of Duty, where they had the regenerative health. And so we added that kind of system in, but we made it our own style. So you're not going to be this invincible guy running around taking all bullets. You're going to die, and you're going to die a lot in our game.
Sure, EA has sports, but they also have a lot of stuff that's not sports related that is awesome. And I think I've proven that to you today.
E309 videos by downloading G4's special E3 podcast. I love when things are special.
Everything is special. It's E3. Just check out the X-Play feed at the all-new G4TV.com/podcast. It's special.
Now,
are you special, Kevin?
Apparently not. No, I'm all the way over here. Hey, guys.
Hey.
What's up? You want to come join me for the special read?
It's not very special over there.
Okay, good.
Well, we're so close.
This is the unspecial spot.
Ruining the illusion.
No. This is the delineation of special. Let's talk video games. Hey, if you're one of those weird, uptight people that thinks driving and explosions don't mix, well, you're ready to just...
Sorry.
You're going to find out just how wrong you are. Here's Split Second with proof.
Now, if you've ever experienced road rage and wanted to unleash the mother of all explosions on another driver, then Split Second actually has you covered.
It's an insane racing game that takes road hazards to the next level. Let's go hands-on and see if we can survive.
I hope we can. Joining us today, Split Second's director, Nick Baines, is here. Nick, thanks for dropping by, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here. Now, your company recently worked on Pure. Now
right.
you have introduced Split Second, which we're talking about today. How is this different from the Burnouts, the Grids, the Need for Speeds?
Well,
the Forzas, the Gran Turismos, the Mod Nation Racing. I mean,
How
there's a lot of racing games
all
here.
of those?
Well, that's really the kind of thing we're trying to do here. It's all racing, of course, and they're great racing games, but we're doing something pretty new as well in that we're actually taking the environment and really making it dynamically change around the player as they're racing through the track. So the track comes alive while you race it. So yeah, it's pretty different.
Now, when you say dynamically change, I think of like games like Excite Truck, which I love. You collect enough power-ups and maybe a mountain grows or maybe a lake forms. You guys are really kind of taking that to the next degree. Like
That's
you're
right.
turning it up to 12.
So they deformed the landscape in Excite Truck, but what we're doing actually is actually bringing down whole structures, opening roads, taking down bridges. The whole world around you can totally change.
I love it.
I mean, the actual game looks beautiful. I have to say that. It looks beautiful. Now, what are the different stages of the power bar, and what kind of events can actually trigger them?
That's right. So as the players racing around the track, they earn power. And when they earn enough power, that enables them to actually trigger these track-changing
explosions.
And what happens? Like, what changes?
So what happens is, as they're driving around, they see a car ahead of them that's targeted that they can actually trigger something
We're
on.
seeing that right now.
Exactly. Okay. So you simply...
He's supposed to go through fire?
No, he just exploded half the racetrack is what happened. But caught himself up in the mix as well.
That's it. So for example, you press the button and maybe you blow up the road, and the racer in front of you, the road actually goes from underneath their car, and the debris thrown on the track, opening whole new routes.
Yeah. Forget turtle shells. We're just going to blow up the damn road in front of your car. That's how you're going to get hit. How do you actually earn the power for the bar? Is it by overtaking or drifting?
That's right. It's really easy to pick up and play. It's just good driving skill. So drifting, like you say, slipstreaming, all that stuff.
Giant tower going down right there. That's incredible.
Now, is there a story to this?
Well, it's actually set in the world of this TV reality show. So the idea is that the players are effectively a contestant racing rounds with the goal of winning each episode and progressing through to the end of the season and being the season champ. So as they go through the game, they're going to find out, more and more of these big moments.
Well, I love that you call them episodes too. Like, are there different themes for these episodes? Is there one that takes place on an island with a smoke monster that you can trigger or something like that? Or, I mean, we've seen an airport.
We've not done
here.
that one yet, but that's coming.
That's a great idea. You should make a show about that.
That'd be a great
That'd be a really good show.
I need numbers in a computer. That'll make it really suspenseful. No, we're seeing an airport level here. What other themes and locales are there?
Yeah, so really, we've taken inspiration. I think you can see on screen right now, we've really taken inspiration from all the big Hollywood blockbusters. So if you can imagine, all of the big car chases and the big action movies in the last 20 years, you're going to see them recreated here. So
now, how many different routes will each track have?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, we've got a number of different routes through the track. So you've got shortcuts, which literally are just maybe cutting corners, opening areas, just to get some extra speed back. But some of them, like you saw earlier, where the road blew up, it's a whole new part of the track is unlocked. So there's a lot. I mean, it's really hard to actually put a number to it because
there's just so many different opportunities.
Yeah, you can drive everywhere.
Well, we're watching this here. Cars racing around against AI is great. Like, I love thwarting the computer, but I would really love to collapse a skyscraper on my friends. Is that possible? Are there multiplayer modes?
That's right. So we've got split screen multiplayer, 2-player, which is obviously great fun, and also 8-player online multiplayer. So it's a really good fun experience against your friends. Yeah.
So 8 cars we can play?
That's right. Yeah.
Is it just straight up racing online, or are there different modes? Or?
There'll be different modes, but the racing as well is
of course,
It's gangster racing, Kevin. Hello.
I don't know how many gangsters topple skyscrapers while they're.
Well, you should hang out with my friends. Go ahead and use that. Gangster racing, split second. Well, when can we see it on shelves?
It's out early 2010, and it's on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC.
Awesome.
They love using that early 2010 thing.
It's just vague, yet just specific.
Yeah, that's right.
We're looking forward to it, Nick. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it a lot.
Split second.
Thanks, me and girl. Before we get any deeper into this thing, though, it's time to check in with our virtual audience.
We have BAM316 with us, and Bam, we would like to know your opinion on who you think won E3 this year, and of course, why. You can't just give us an unvalidated opinion.
Okay, my response to that would be, I say PlayStation 3 because they didn't cut to the chase. They went right for the right for the throat. They just came out with their PSP Go.
Yeah.
Then their motion controller that's coming out, which I thought that was a big plus.
Yeah. Thanks for getting that mouse cursor off the screen too, Bam. I appreciate you slotting that out of the way. All right, so you like the PSP Go, you like the motion controller. What about the games, though? Do you think Sony has a good assortment of actual software coming out anytime soon?
Oh, yes. I love the fact that they at least try to get up to about 17 games that counted for the next year.
Are you counting all the Hannah Montana bundled titles?
No.
I'm definitely counting those.
I mean, you need to count them twice.
I mean,
and pets?
it comes in purple with the Hannah Montana game. It's a bundle. I mean, who's not excited
It's a bundle
about
of
that?
awesome. No, but out of the 17 games, Bam, which one is a system seller for you?
God of War 3.
Yeah.
God of War 3 did look awesome.
Yeah.
When he ripped the horn off that centaur and stabbed him with
the originals religiously.
All right, Bam. Well, thank you for joining. We appreciate the time there, and I think, Morgan and I both agree that God of War 3
looks awesome.
At least from the Sony side of things, it looks amazing. Actually, Uncharted 2 as well.
Uncharted 2 also had a good showing.
I'm going to pick them all. All right, thank you, virtual audience. Your handler's here. It's time for you to get your treatment, though.
All right, thanks, guys. This Sunday, the producers of The Soup bring you G4's newest series, Web Soup. G4's own Chris Hardwick unleashes a blend of viral videos from the recent week with hilarious commentary. WebSoup premieres with an all-new episode Sunday night at 9, right after Ali G in the house. Check out the all-new G4TV.com/websuit for details. Now, when G4's coverage of E3 continues, we are going to spin some virtual vinyl with DJ Hero. And stay put, Yeeland lovers. There's count 'em, two Monkey Island demos right after this. We'll be back. It's exciting. Two of them.
E309 Live is brought to you by WebSoup, an all-new savory blend of brainless viral videos and hilarious commentary. Premieres Sunday night, only on G4.
Welcome back, everybody. It's E309 right now. On the G4, it's the pinnacle of the gaming year because it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, the rest of the year kind of. No, Comic-Con. Comic-Con is a big.
But for gaming.
For gaming, this is pretty much downhill. Until Christmas time, when they all come out.
Honestly, you're right. Until Comic-Con, we're like, this is the pinnacle of everything gaming, and it's fine. But for right now, this is the pinnacle.
Yes, this is it.
So enjoy it.
So what was the best thing that you've seen at E309 so far? Let us know at twitter.com/G4TV. You might even make the Twitter ticker.
Oh, God, your parents would be finally proud of you. Really. No, they want you to move out. Guitar Hero, though, was such a success that it was only a matter of time before the series branched out into other peripherals and, of course, different genres of music.
Yes, Activision has a turntable ready to hit your living room this October with the release of DJ Hero. Blair Herter has more on that game.
I'm here with DJ Z-Trip, who has 3 exclusive tracks on DJ Hero, which is coming out. How did you get involved in this?
They put out the call, and I answered, and that's sort of how it went down. For me, being a DJ and being the first DJ game, being in the game is an honor, you know. And to be in with all the contemporaries, I'm really stoked. It's really like, as a DJ, it's something you would look forward to doing.
So what are your 3 tracks on the game?
I did do easy, and medium, and an expert level. So actually you get a little bit of gameplay in each level, but the expert level is really the one that I find to be the one that I cannot wait to actually sit down and play when I am actually playing my own character, because I don't even know if I can hang with myself on the game yet. I'm going to need to practice.
Yeah, you better get 100% on that.
Yeah, well, see what happens.
Now, you're known as like a godfather of mashups, so did you create new mashups for this game?
Yeah, there was a couple things that a couple songs that they had given me to actually do my thing, but I also created a whole new song. It's actually, I kind of call it the theme song, if you will, and it's really good, man. It's probably the best work I've done.
All right, so you think if I start playing this game, I can become a DJ like you, like DJ A-Slip?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
Come on, man.
I don't know.
All right, that's it. I'm giving up my hosting gig and becoming a DJ.
All right, there's nothing quite like the life of a pirate. It's full of adventure and cursed hands with the crest of every wave. Just ask the wannabe buccaneer, I'm almost better, Guybrush Threepwood, or, of course, Rear Admiral Sessler. Adam is back with 2 Monkey Island demos that are guaranteed to shiver your timbers.
Welcome back to E309. Now, we first landed on Monkey Island in 1990, and it was awesome. The unique characters and quirky sensibility made it an instant classic and made being a pirate fun despite the horrible bouts of scurvy. Now, LucasArts is re-releasing the game over Xbox Live, and as a bonus, they're also rolling out Tales of Monkey Island, an episodic game for PC and WiiWare. Both Monkey Island titles are due out later this summer, and I can't wait to get my hands on some booty. And we've got a taste of both games right now in this world premiere, Hands On. All right, we are joined by Craig Derrick from LucasArts and Mike Stemley from Telltale Games, but we're going to start off with Craig and the special edition of the original Monkey Island. You've taken the classic and put it into high def.
We did, and it looks awesome. We think.
Yes, no, it definitely looks awesome. Now, a lot of people might be looking and thinking, oh, yeah, that's what it looked like back in the old days. But you can prove that, no, it looked a little bit different back when we played the original Monkey Island.
That's right. If you look at the game that we're showing right here.
Yeah, right there.
That's
See,
the classic.
That's the original.
That was state of the art. PC graphics. It was at 320, 240, 256 colors. Now it's in a full high definition.
So what else have you done with the game? 'Cause it's not just the visuals that you've given a new treatment to.
Well, we've remastered the musical score. We've re-recorded it with a live band using the original Michael Land compositions. We've brought back the cast from The Curse of Monkey Island, which is Monkey Island 3, and we've had them for the first time record all of the characters in this game.
So, I mean, and people should notice, I mean, you guys really didn't have voice acting back in the old days.
We didn't at all. And when you see it, when you switch back and forth, if there's a conversation, you're going to get the dialogue, or you're going to play a special edition, you're going to hear those actors.
So everything that was happening in our heads in 1990 are now happening right there on the screen in front of us.
That's right.
Just a quick overview for those that may have forgotten or do not know how wonderful Monkey Island was. What is the gist of the original game?
Well, it's a classic point-and-click adventure. It came out in 1990. It was created by Ron Gilbert, and he was pretty much at the time, he had just finished Maniac Mansion, which was another great point-and-click adventure from LucasArts, and he wanted to do something a little different. He wanted to go into a new genre. He wanted pirates. Everything everybody was doing was fantasy or RPG, so pirates were the genre that he wanted to do. And the game is really about this wannabe pirate who explores this Melee Island and tries to become a pirate for the first time.
All right, well, great. And remember, it has a wonderful sense of humor, and it's going to be out in the next couple of months.
It's coming out very soon. The game's done, and we're just going to ship it a few weeks. Hopefully.
All right, great, Craig. Thanks so much. And now moving over to Mike. Oh, let's give it up for Craig for a second. All right. Now, Mike, you are now moving forward with the Monkey Island story. Is there anything we need to know from the previous games to
Not really. Not really. You can come in cold, and we jump you right in the middle of an adventure with Guybrush and his wife Elaine against the evil pirate LeChuck on a furious ship battle. Things go horribly wrong when a voodoo spell is kind of screwed up, and Guybrush is blown away with an explosion, and then spends a whole lot of time trying to get back to his wife and his arch nemesis. So all the setup is right there. So you can jump right in.
And obviously, this version of Monkey Island is polygonal. It is 3D graphics.
It is 3D graphics, and my God, is it gorgeous looking at it. Guybrush is walking around talking to pirates here, learn what he's got to do to get off this island. He's got this hand that is completely messed up with a voodoo pox that he's got to cure. So he's got to see the voodoo lady and go off and cure it. It's great.
Now, obviously, as we were just saying, humor in the writing is such a key element to Monkey Island. What did you guys want to focus on to really maintain that flavor of the series?
Basically, it helped that we had Dave Grossman on board, who was on board for the original game. He's helping out a lot, making sure that the writing has that nice monkey stank to it. And just making sure that, wherever we can put some humor in that's really old school and Monkey Island-ish, we do it.
Now, puzzles are obviously, it's kind of one of the cores of the Monkey Island series. And what's always so fun about those puzzles is that they have the humor from the series are in there as well.
Yeah.
What's some of the stuff that we have to prepare ourselves for in terms of mind-bending stuff?
We have classic Monkey Island pirate wannabe puzzles, digging up treasures, seizing ships, and also starting bar fights and things like that, but they end up involving all kinds of strange objects that you wouldn't expect, like greased planks and action figures and things like that. So it's all just kind of the usual, or I don't want to say usual, but the high standard Monkey Island weirdness for puzzles.
Yes, and you'll recognize immediately as something that is Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Now, what is also new for the series is the fact that you're doing it episodically. What do we get in one particular episode?
In one particular episode, you get a satisfying beginning, middle, and end. We got a little story in each one, but it all builds towards this massive, epic, serialized story, much tighter than anything we've been doing over at Telltale to date, so that as you march through the season, mysteries are getting revealed, and people are backstabbing you back and forth until you reach this huge, epic conclusion in which a bad guy does something really horrible.
So it is an episodic game with a conclusion in sight. You already know where it's going to be.
We plotted this out from stem to stern from day one.
All right, and it's coming out quite soon?
July 7th. It is coming out for the PC. WiiWare soon after. You can pre-order now for the PC, $34.95 at talesofmonkeyisland.com and get all kinds of cool goodies.
All right, I'm going to be doing that myself. Guys, Mike?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing back Monkey Island.
Monkeys.
All right, coming up on E309, a horror novel comes to life when we get our hands on Alan Wake. We're going to explore the dark side of Bright Falls after this.
Our coverage of E3 continues, and yes, there are more booth fans.
Oh, thanks, Olivia.
Settle down, settle down.
E09 Live is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later.
people on the planet are writers. They're messed up in the head. I think we can all agree on that.
I have to say, unfortunately, it is true.
Yeah.
If you need further evidence, just read something by Cormac McCarthy, Stephen King, or a new author named Alan Wake.
The creators of Max Payne return to their noirish wheelhouse for their latest game, Alan Wake.
Now, in the game, you take on the role of the eponymous author whose works of fiction seem to have a life of their own. Let's go hands-on and just see how scary literature can be. Joining us at our stage, lead writer at Remedy, Sam Lake. Thanks so much for stopping by and showing the long-awaited Alan Wake.
I remember back in 1984, 85, when I first saw the trailer for this game, I thought this thing looks amazing and completely next gen, and then it seemed to go away for a little while, but now it's totally back. It's coming out, right?
Spring.
2010. But refresh us, Sam. Like, what is Alan Wake? What's going on in this world?
Well, the main character, Alan Wake, he's a best-selling writer, but he has a problem. He hasn't managed to write anything in over 2 years, and now his wife, Alice, tries to help him out, takes him on a vacation to the idyllic small town of Pride Falls in Washington to recover his creative flow. But when she vanishes without a trace, Wake finds himself trapped in a nightmare. His latest work, a thriller he can't even remember writing, is coming true before his eyes, word by word.
So it's like Funny Farm with a bunch of murder.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, got it.
Very well put. Now, you've also taken a very interesting approach in how you do the storytelling in the game. You almost have it episodic, as if it's like a television soap opera or serial.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah.
Now, how does that sort of work? Do you actually play just sort of episode after episode?
Right. I mean, the game is like a season of a TV series, and the story is divided into episodes. We do a short, previously on segments in the beginning to remind you of the relevant story points of the coming episode.
All right.
I was seeing some gameplay here. I mean, Alan using his trusty flashlight. It seems like every time we see him, he's living and dying by that mag light. How important is the flashlight to Alan?
Light is a key gameplay element for us. Light reveals things as they truly are, and it's a combat tool for the player. It's essential for survival in the game. In the game, a light source such as a flashlight is much more important to the player than a firearm.
But you do have firearms, and that was actually something, there seemed to be a little bit more combat than I was even thinking. Now, it looks like you need to shine the flashlight on something that's nefarious, and that allows it to become vulnerable to bullets?
Right, that's the idea. Wake's lost manuscript pages talk about a dark presence that has been unleashed. It's taking over everything in its path, from people and animals to inanimate objects, and turning them violently against him. And in the game, objects and creatures protected by the dark presence cannot be harmed. They are invulnerable.
Oh, so you have to hit him with the flashlight, hit him with the floodlight, hit him with something.
You need to destroy the protecting dark presence with your light before you can do any actual damage on them.
So what are we seeing playing out right here? I mean, Alan was just inside of a building searching around. I think a dark presence automobile flew at his head for a second there, and now he's in a wooded area. What part of the game are we seeing?
The scene that we are demonstrating here is very action-oriented and tightly packed sequence at night in the forest.
Now, graphically, and the use of light plays directly into this. This game is really, it's something. It's not so much it's just so crisp, but you seem to have sort of an interesting color hue. What's the effect you're trying to bring?
We want to create a very cinematic, modern, unique feel to the game, and it's all our own technology and tools that we are using to create this. Yeah.
And it is worth pointing out that the Remedy, you guys are always right there with the cutting edge of things that you can do in terms of especially lighting effects in video games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, so round up, this was designed for Alan Wake. Any other plans to license the technology or use it in any other games at this point?
Not at the moment.
Because you kind of have this game that you really, really want to finish. I think a lot of people out there do. So as you said, we're expecting to see it out in the spring. Is that correct?
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, I gotta say, I'm excited.
I mean, it looks absolutely incredible, and I did not know we were gonna have a live demo of it. So thank you so much for bringing it by.
Sam, really, this is a treat.
Thank you.
Alan Wake, everybody.
I did a really, really great job in that interview.
Yeah, you were fantastic.
Thank you. Adam was great too. It's just, you watch the gameplay, you hear what they're saying, and you just get in there.
Get in there.
What do you want to know as a gamer? That's what I'm asking myself.
Handsome.
And then I asked it.
Just so you know, handsome both times.
Thank you. Great job.
Double Pereira in one show. Win.
Wow, ratings maker.
If Rainbow Six Vegas taught us anything, though, it's that taking a trip to Sin City can be filled with danger at every turn.
And regret. Let's not forget regret. The guys in the movie The Hangover know what I'm talking about. We caught up with them to talk about a stripper, a missing groom, and a tiger? Did we get that right? It's a tiger?
Does what happens in Vegas stay in Vegas when your bachelor party goes horribly wrong?
What's on your arm? You were in the hospital last night.
You lose the groom.
I looked everywhere. Nobody's seen Doug.
You steal a child.
Whose baby is that? Check its collar or something.
And you get knocked out by Mike Tyson.
You still got it.
Well, The Hangover is out to prove just that.
I think this movie really will defy people's expectations. I think this movie will introduce them to three guys that will blow their mind comedically.
I mean, this movie feels like no other Vegas movie that I've ever seen. It's Vegas during the daytime, and you see it for all its grittiness and debaucherous effects, and it's hilarious, too.
Here's your car, officers.
Oh, God. Vegas during the day is like a sun blister. It's not pretty.
On your ass.
Why is that bad?
Well, you can't sit down.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically I'm an escort, but stripping's a great way to meet the clients. I read the script and I thought it was really good and I liked my character, and then I really wanted to work with Todd because I liked Old School a lot. I thought it was a really good movie.
She's so hot. She's just so sexy and beautiful.
I would see Ed and Heather, like, off camera talking to you. Ed was he was like the high school girl he was. We used to
Finally, I don't get to talk to hot girls that often.
So funny,
I'm blushing, all right?
It was so funny. He was like, what kind of stuff do you like to do? Congratulations, dude, you got married.
He's wearing my grandmother's Holocaust ring?
I didn't know they give out rings at the Holocaust.
With Vegas as a backdrop, the movie gives you the craziest party three guys could never remember.
What happened last night?
Am I missing a tooth?
Well, I think it's probably like the worst nightmare of like what a woman would think a bachelor party is. I don't think tigers are usually involved.
No bachelor party is actually like this. Hopefully.
But I gotta tell you, I think people are gonna come out of the woodwork and say this happened in my bachelor party.
Yeah, but they're gonna be lying. It's fun in a movie, but if this really happened, there would be like, people would be in jail.
Yeah, we did go to jail. We got tasered.
That's true.
These gentlemen volunteered to demonstrate how a stun gun is used to subdue a suspect.
Wait a second. What?
But if The Hangover can offer you only one tip for Vegas, it would have to be.
Remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Except for herpes. That will come back with you.
But if you live in Malaysia, you're gonna have to wait until July 30th.
Oh, Malaysia,
Sorry, Malaysia.
sorry.
Hey, just eat some roti canai and hit the beach, right? So, it's a common dish out there. They eat a lot. It's like the top ramen of Malaysia.
Earlier in the show, we asked you this question: will Wii Motion Plus heighten your interest in sports games for the Wii? You clicked, we counted, and right now the leader is no, with 53%. Herrera did call it. Now, do not go anywhere. The demos keep on coming when the E309 coverage continues. We hit the streets with the new motion sensing skateboard for Tony Hawk Ride. Plus, we've got lots more from the show floor on the way.
E309 Live is brought to you by Warner Brothers Pictures' new comedy, The Hangover. In theaters everywhere, June 5th.
Coming up on the show, we're going to check out a brand new skate deck peripheral and Tony Hawk.
Yeah! Who doesn't like a good fighting game?
I do.
Well, yeah, everyone does. We'll check out Tekken 6. Yeah. Here's some news. This one has destructible floor.
Not the enamel.
Plus, don't miss the demo that takes a bat to the back of your skull. We get our hands on Mafia 2.
But first, everybody, when I was a kid, many, many moons ago, I knew more than a few kids that had injuries due to skateboarding. You guys ever get on one?
Were you one of them?
No.
No.
No, I wasn't stupid enough to stand on one. I would break something.
I used to compete nationally.
Oh yeah? What was your?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought.
Sorry, I'm a liar.
I totally thought you did.
I was going with it for a minute. I was going with it.
Yeah.
You really
I could have
shouldn't
been.
ever. But this summer, Activision takes some of the danger out of that whole equation with the release of Tony Hawk Ride.
Yes, the latest title from the legendary skater adds a board peripheral, so you can of course gleam the cube in the comfort of your own home.
Joining us now for this hands-on look at Tony Hawk Ride, president of Robomoto, Josh Sway is here. How are you?
Good, man.
Thanks for dropping in, sir.
Hey, no problem. Love to be here.
First of all, before we get to this beautiful piece of hardware in your hands, I have to drop an S-bomb on you. Okay. And I have to wonder, and I hate to do it, is Skate the reason for the franchise direction change? Like, what caused you guys to change up Tony Hawk?
You know what? It's it really isn't Skate that, pushed things. Really, a lot of it has to do with the fact that the Tony Hawk franchise has been around for 10+ years. And Tony himself, he just felt that at this point, let's try to do something different.
You can only hide so many letters and videotapes.
That's exactly
in arenas.
Yeah,
it's time to try something new.
Yeah, so, let's try something new. And with technology where it's at now, he's been wanting to do a game where people stand on a board for a long time. I mean, big fan of Top Skater back in the day.
Yeah.
He has an Air Tricks, at his studio and everything.
Nice.
And so he went to Activision and said, you know what, I think it's time to pull the trigger on this. And they came to Robomoto.
So Tony really was the reason for the change. He was the catalyst.
Yeah,
there.
most definitely. I mean, I think a lot of people underestimate how much of a tech geek he is.
Right.
Well,
he wanted a hoverboard, and so it's pretty clear you got close to it. It's close. Let's talk about this controller here. Obviously, we're seeing it demoed now. This is. I mean, I've never seen anything like this for a skating game for the home console. So where are we now, and where did we start with the skateboard design?
Wow, we went through at least 8 prototypes to get to this point. The first board that we ever had was a blank skate deck, and we just put a Wiimote on top of it, Bluetooth into a PC version of Tony Hawk, and just to do the navigation.
Just to get a little tilt, yeah.
And then we kept progressing from there. And one of the craziest prototypes we had was a Wiimote for navigation, a Xbox wireless controller to connect to our dev kit.
360, yeah.
Exactly. And then for rotation, we had a PS3 gyroscope.
So that was like the Megatron
of
skateboards.
Exactly,
You just slapped it all together.
Yeah, it was the craziest Frankenstein
I'm surprised
piece.
you didn't summon Captain Planet somehow with that board. But all right, so we ended up here. What is the final hardware? I see 4 infrared-looking beams on the side.
So like on the inside, we have 2 accelerometers for all the different motions of the board. We want to make sure that you can do everything on this board possible. And then we had these, we put these 4 infrared sensors on here, and these are crazy balls. I mean, the one cool thing about this is the board talks to the game, and the game talks to the board. So if I'm, skating on the ground and I swipe my foot by any of these side sensors, my skater on screen will do a push.
Right, and but if you're in midair, it knows you're probably not trying to bail.
Exactly.
Even
So
though you might be flailing.
Yeah, if I'm midair, reach out with my hand, does a grab, and it just depends on which sensor I'm reaching out to. It'll do different grabs. And then on top of that, if you do multiple sensors at the same time, you'll get more advanced grabs. So you end up doing a Christ air or an airwalk.
Oh, very nice. So, I mean, we're seeing it played here now. What does the dual accelerometer allow for? I mean, why add in 2? Because
because one accelerometer will get you tilting and popping, and popping for ollies and stuff, and obviously for navigation. But the big thing is having 2 accelerometers gives us this rotation. And if you watch skate videos, it's all about twisting your body around.
Exactly. Body, yeah.
So 2 accelerometers fighting against each other with very complex math, and you get the rotation.
Now, I have trouble balancing when I'm playing virtual tennis on the Wii. Like, it's not for me. I hopped on the board, and I know it's going to take some practice, but I feel like anybody will actually be able to do this.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we are making a skating game for people who don't know how to skate. I mean, that's the thing. It's we're not going for the small, a hardcore skate audience. We're trying to hit everybody. So it's been really tuned for people to learn very quickly.
Sure. And you designed the game from the ground up with this peripheral in mind, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you can purchase the game and pick up a DualShock controller or a 360 controller. You have to have the peripheral.
You have to play it on the board. Everything is tuned to the board. It's the only way to get the full experience.
Well, let's talk about the game then. I mean, is it a fully fledged Tony Hawk game? Is it just a tech demo for the board? What do we have?
No. It's a fully fledged Tony Hawk game. It's everything people expect out of a good, deep skating experience. One thing that we figured out very early on was, in a traditional Tony Hawk game, you're in a level, you have, you're finding things, you're trying to hit certain spots, you're doing a lot of things all at the same time. When you're standing on the board, you're concentrating on your body, and so you want to have things kind of fed to you a little at a time.
Sure.
So what we did was we kind of deconstructed the way a skate game should be. And so we have 3 different modes. We have speed mode, which is basically you get from point A to point B in the fastest amount of time. It's kind of a racing type of session. And then we have challenge mode, where you're dropped off in very specific parts of an environment, and you're told that, hey, you have to do these tricks to get past these challenges.
Okay.
And then we have the classic mode, which is trick mode. 2 minutes, pull off as many tricks as possible,
Do what you can.
get the high score, and everything is hot seat gameplay. So it just, it's like old classic Tony Hawk 1, 2, and 3, where you play for a little bit, your buddy comes out and wants to be your score.
Well, that's great, but now I'm accustomed to multiplayer in my game. So are these modes, do they transition online as well?
Yes, definitely. I mean, that's the thing is because of the direction of the game, it transitions online perfectly. And so in the, with multiplayer in your living room, it's, one guy after another. But with online, a lot of the modes are all played at the same time. So you have up to 4 people all competing against each other.
I imagine it comes bundled with the game.
Yep.
Okay, so
course.
game's about $50-$60. The board probably about $100. You guys haven't talked price yet.
No, it's
$149.99. Is that what we're talking?
Pricing is still too early to confirm.
$200?
No.
I spent $200 on it. Comes with the game, right?
Yeah, am I gonna have to hit you with this?
Yes, you will. You'll absolutely have to. When's it coming out? Do we at least have a release date?
The fall of this year.
Fall of this year.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, it's an incredible peripheral. I look like an idiot on it, but it was still a metric ton of fun. So thanks for bringing it by.
No problem.
Really appreciate it. Congrats on it.
Nice job. I love how you're just keep trying to get that number out of him. You're like, okay, let me, Hundo, little.
They could sell it for the game. I mean, yeah, a game would retail for 60. They could sell it for $99 and they'd be all right. But I bet it's going to be about 150 or something.
I like his reaction. He's like, I'm gonna have to hit you with this.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't actually.
Because I'm sure you're pretty close to it then.
I probably am. Probably am.
150 bundle. Let's see what happens in the fall.
All right, if one thing was abundantly clear from the Sony press conference, though, it's the fact that they are dead serious about that whole PSP. Remember that thing?
Yeah, everyone knows. Yeah, I think you could actually hear the fanboy boner when Kojima announced Metal Gear Peace Walker. Yeah, I felt them when I hugged them. Yeah. A true sequel to the Metal Gear 3.
It makes the same noise as the exclamation point, actually.
I swear, sometimes when I do like the pictures with people, I could kind of feel something on the hip.
Oh, really?
Kind of feel a little
it's
hip.
The E3 magic.
A little boner action.
Chris Hardwick went over to the Sony booth to find out more on the PSP lineup and, of course, what's in store for the PlayStation Network.
Sure, the focus at E3 is usually on big things, but what about the small things? What about tiny gaming? That's why we're going to talk about the PSP. Let's first talk about the PSP Go.
The PSP Go is the newest addition to the PlayStation Portable family. It's smaller and lighter than the PlayStation Portable that we currently have. Has an internal 16 gigabyte hard drive, so there's no need for UMDs anymore. And it's perfect for the gamer who just wants to take one device out on the road and play their games.
Let's also talk about Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo is bringing the Gran Turismo experience to the portable. It has 800 new cars, so the full Gran Turismo experience is there. And you can trade cars with your fellow gamers with the wireless transfer device.
Talking about things that are little, tell us about Little Big Planet for the PSP.
Little Big Planet brings the Little Big Planet experience to the PSP, but it's built from the ground up for PSP. It's all new environments, and it really brings that play, create, share to the PSP.
You guys have done so many great things with mashing big games into tiny packages, so we're looking forward to the PSP Go. When is that coming out?
It comes out this fall.
Thanks a lot, Sony. You guys have really shrunk everything down to nice bite-sized gaming chunks.
Nom, 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 nom. There's plenty more explosions and headshots and spawn points ahead, everybody. When E309 continues, we will fight.
Yes, it's the Tekken 6 demo that answers all the unanswered questions from Tekken 5. We'll be right back, everybody. Stick around.
I have so many questions.
E309 Live is brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic. Open a Coke and enjoy the show.
Are they your thing? You like fighting games?
I do like them okay. It's not my favorite genre.
Okay, well, if it's your favorite genre, then you've probably played or owned a Tekken game at some point, right?
I'm guessing that they have a new console title in the esteemed series is on the way. You knew that already. Adam is ready to punch something, but in this time, in a nice, constructive, sober way.
It's very good of him.
All right, now Tekken 6, it began its life as an arcade hit, but now all the face-smashing fun is coming home. Namco Bandai unleashes the 6th installment of this esteemed fighting series to consoles later this year. Let's go hands-on. All right, joining us, project director at Namco Bandai, Katsuhiro Harada, and game designer Michael Murray will be doing some translating for us. Welcome to both of you. I have a very fond memory of Tekken 3 being on the original PlayStation and thinking, oh my God, no game should ever be able to look this good. It's always had a history of being an incredibly good-looking fighting game, and that's true for 6. What's happening on screen right here?
テケン6もそうだと思うんですけど、テケン6においてグラフィックの面とかどういった感じになってるんですか？
やっぱり今の次世代機の特徴を生かして、非常にもう空間とかも把握しやすくなってます。ステージの中の空気感ですとか、ライトとかのサンシャフトを入れたりとかして、かなり臨場感が増してます。
Well, there's quite a few things we were able to do after taking this to the current gen consoles. The sun shaft and the lighting and just the general atmosphere of the game, all while running at 60 frames, is something that we've been able to accomplish this time.
So the previous Tekken games actually were not at 60. This is the first time?
Oh, they've always been at 60.
But not with this level of effect. Now, obviously, we are seeing a lot of very well-detailed environments. What role will the environments have in the combat, maybe turning the match in your favor?
なんかインタラクションとかゲームプレイに及ぼすなんか要素
そうですね。もちろんあります。例えば今回は相手を壁に当てて壁をこう潰して、ちょっとステージが広がるですとか、フロアにこう叩きつけて、フロアを破壊して、違う別のフロアに落とす。で加えてそこからまたその落ちた人をバウンドさせてコンボを入れるというような、新しい戦略ですとか、まあその移った場所の広さが変わりますので、戦略が2ラウンド目から変わるとか、そういったフィーチャーが入ってます。
Actually, that's one of the new features this time around is the interaction with environments. You can knock your opponent into the walls or smash them through the floors. And this opens up the arenas, which kind of changes the overall strategy involved in the game itself. And even after, for example, you drop them through the floor, you can pick them up with a combo and continue. So this really changes the strategy of the game.
Now, obviously, the majority of the strategy will come from the actual fighting and the combat mechanics themselves. What, if anything, has really been changed from Tekken 5 or the previous Tekkens before that?
戦略はそれ一つだと思うんですけど、他の今回追加になったシステムはどういう戦略の変化をもたらしているのか。
はい、例えば今回はバウンドコンボっていうのがありまして、通常の空中コンボからさらに叩きつけることで、普段使わないような技で、たくさんの数のコンボを入れて、かなりのダメージを奪うことができたり、で逆に大ピンチになった時に、レイジシステムっていうのを発動して。かなり攻撃力がアップするで、もうほとんど 100% 対 1% ぐらいの状態でも諦めずに逆転することが可能になっていたりとか、かなりゲーム的には動きの激しい過激な内容になってます。
Well, there's actually a couple new features that actually change the strategy of the game. One of these is the bounce system that we've added. And what this is when you do an aerial juggle on your opponent, you can knock them down on the ground and they bounce slightly, allowing you to pick them up and further your combo. And also there's the rage system. And what this is when your opponent or yourself, the health gauge is depleted to a certain amount, your attacks are more powerful. So that kind of allows you to make a comeback if you're not doing so well in a match. And it really kind of evens the playing field for novice players and keeps more advanced players on their toes. So these kind of changes for this time have really changed the actual feel of the game.
Now, one of the big things that we're seeing with a lot of fighting games out there is that people really can have a fighting game and play it online. I know Tekken 6 does this. What are some of the special goodies you've thrown in with that really flavor it?
まあ最近の格闘ゲーの流行りはやっぱオンラインなんですけど、鉄拳6においてのオンラインはどういう特別な要素とかどういう変化してるんですか？
そうですね。我々もオンラインの技術かなり積み重ねてきて、今回もちろんかなりスムースな対戦という形でのオンラインが一つあります。でもうこの2つ目がシナリオキャンペーンモードっていう新しい対戦じゃないモードなんですけども、これ2人で複数の敵を倒していくっていうモードなんですが、でこれはオンラインで友達同士で2人で鉄拳初のコーププレイっていうのができるようになってる。でこれが今回最大の特徴になってます。
Well, actually, there's a lot of online elements to the game. First, and maybe the one that a lot of people are thinking about is the online versus. And we've actually rewritten a lot of the code, and it should be really optimized and to have smooth matches. So that's one thing that we've kind of changed for this time. And another really big feature is the co-op mode that we have. And what this is well, Tekken's known for its bonus modes, but this is the bulk of Tekken 6. It's kind of an adventure mode, and you can team up with a friend online to actually do this and gain fight money and items. And it's really a great new mode for Tekken 6.
Great. Well, obviously the game's coming out later this year. Harada-san, Michael, thank you so much for coming out and showing us yet again another awesome Tekken game.
All right, coming up on E309, we are feeling the need. The need for... Thanks, Morgan. Thanks. The one woman without a voice today. Thank you. We jump into the driver's seat of the ultra-pretty-looking Need for Speed Shift. And moving violations are probably a given. Lots more to come as E309 Live continues right after this.
E309 Live is brought to you by the International Sexy Lady Show. Real women, real TV, real weird. Premieres Sunday night, only on G4.
Originally debuting in 1994, the Need for Speed series has no fewer than 15 games under its banner. Well, get ready to add another racer to the track. Need for Speed Shift is aimed at a more hardcore racing audience. And earlier, I got to go hands-on. Here today for this hands-on look, Need for Speed Shift lead designer, Andy Tudor. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, everybody.
I was actually at the EA press event, and we got to hang out and talk for a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little bit. Yeah, it's good.
You gave me the best news of E3 so far.
Which was?
Which was that he actually put in a driver named Oliver Munn after me, right? I don't know why it couldn't have been Olivia Munn, because that's a fine name, too.
That's legal reasons,
Legal
I'm sure.
reasons, okay. Well, now, Need for Speed Shift is a big change for your franchise. I mean, it used to be more arcadey, and now it's very realistic. I saw it with my own eyes. It's very real and gritty. What was your need for the shift? See what I did?
Oh, I see what you did there.
The need
okay.
for the shift.
Well,
Anyways.
basically, Need for Speed reinvents itself every single year at Christmas time and appeals to a huge amount of people, basically. But you can't please everyone all at the same time. So what we're doing with the Need for Speed franchise now is we've split it into 3 different games, and then before we can really give a solid performance to like those a certain number of people.
Yeah.
Give them like exactly what they're after.
Well, and I think the people who want to play this game, I mean, it's very real and gritty. I mean, I watched it from the driver's seat, and it's like when I'm in my car. It's just
right, exactly.
going crazy. I mean, so I saw a few of the cars. You had one of the BMW M3 in there. What are some of the cars that we'll be seeing on the track?
So we've got over 80 cars in the game, some of which are completely exclusive to Need for Speed, and we've got some announcements coming soon.
Can you say a few of them that are actually on there that you
We've got the BMW GT, the M3 GT2, the Ford Shelby GT500, the Nissan GTR. We've got some absolutely amazing, gorgeous cars.
Now, one of the things that I noticed when I was at the EA press event that you guys showed was how much the cars get damaged, and I love that because it was actually a very realistic depiction of what happens.
Yep.
Why did you guys make that choice?
So we really wanted to make a really authentic driving experience. We wanted to put the fear of racing back in there. Of all the cars that we've got in there, they all have complete damage, which the player can either turn on or turn off. You know, some people like a more simple experience, but the hardcore gamers want a full damage experience.
Well, and that's one of the things that I noticed when I was at the EA press event and you were showing it, is that from the cockpit, from the driver's side, it really does, I mean, you can feel it, you hear the sounds, it's like you're actually driving the car.
Absolutely. That was the key thing when we started making this game. We said, what is it going to feel like to actually be a driver? You know, so we wanted to put you in the cockpit, we wanted you to feel every single bump, we wanted you to, as I say, give you that fear of driving. Like you're coming up to a corner and you're just absolutely hammering on the brake because you don't want to crash. We just wanted to make a very visceral experience.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it's the most realistic depiction of actually being on a racetrack, because I was doing it with Formula D before, and you're on it, and it's intense. And I know that there's customization. We were talking about that yesterday with a lot of different games now. Customization is a big deal. Do you guys have that in your game?
Absolutely, and we're taking customization to the next level by letting you actually customize your interior. We've got the idea of converting your car from a showroom car to a full race capable car. So there's a lot of customization involved, and absolutely.
Well, that's what we want to hear. All right, well, when will we see it in stores?
Shift comes out September 22nd.
September 22nd, you guys. Mark it in your calendars. Thanks so much for being here, Andy. Thanks for putting me in the game.
No worries, that's not a problem.
Need for Speed Shift brings some new features to the table, but what is your favorite element of the Need for Speed series? Is it A, car modification, B, straight up racing, or C, police chases? We'll see if Kevin calls it again, but you can head on over to the all-new G4TV.com/E3 and be counted. It might be your only chance. Quickly, before democracy crumbles.
No!
Could happen.
I hope I skewed the poll again.
You might have. EA Sports is the current reigning champ of sports titles, from football all the way down to cricket, believe it or not. They have covered the sports fan covered.
Yes, that's true. Allison Hayslip is at their booth with Peter Moore to see what we'll be playing in the year that we're simply going to refer to as 10.
You can't think sports without thinking EA, and you can't think EA without talking to the legendary Peter Moore. Peter, thanks so much for talking to us.
My pleasure, Allison.
Now, E3's been really exciting. You guys have some major titles that you've talked about. Obviously, Madden 10. Let's talk about some of your other sports titles. You have, of course, EA Sports Active. Talk to me about that one.
Well, it's a fitness game, obviously. Huge right now. 600,000 units sold through in the first 2 weeks globally. Utilizes the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck in a very unique way, and really brings cardio fitness to the Wii. We love the Wii Fit. It has 4 exercises that are compatible with the Wii Fit, but we like to think this is a lot more, if you will, cardio-based, more likely to get a sweat on and really burn some calories. Very excited about this title.
And it's great to have video games that sort of kill the stereotype of just being a lazy gamer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're always accused of everything from death, war, pestilence, plague, and here for finally is games so good. And you know, it's been so gratifying to read some of the user reviews already and how it's got them off the couch, sweating. We do a 30-day challenge. A lot of people are well into the 30-day challenge. Very exciting for us.
That's incredible. Okay, and one of your other titles coming out is NCAA Football 10. And what's that about?
Well, NCAA football, of course, football fans always know when July comes, NCAA football ships on EA Sports. What's most exciting, on Monday we announced building your own team, Team Builder. So whatever team is important to you, where did you go to high school?
Voorhees.
Voorhees, New Jersey. What's the name of your high school team?
The Vikings.
The Voorhees Vikings. You can rebuild the Voorhees Vikings tonight on teambuilder.easports.com. 20,000 teams have already been built to be imported into the game when the game ships next month. Really allows you to create teams from nothing. The jerseys, the helmets, the uniforms, the field, the stadium. You can put the Viking logo on the 50-yard line. Very, very cool. Always a popular game for us, but excited to be able to bring this web interface and this creation tool into the NCAA.
All right, and finally, you have Grand Slam tennis for the Wii.
Yes. Again, something that's very unique to us. First time EA Sports has ever done a tennis game. The 4 Grand Slams are in there. Wimbledon, US Open, Australian Open, and French Open. And perhaps most excitingly, Johnny Mac, Super Brad, is in there. First time ever in a video game, John McEnroe, in all of his big hair and hairband glory and all of his attitude. Wii Motion Plus, of course, compatible, shipping next week, as is Tiger Woods Golf, shipping next week on the Wii.
This is the game that I think is genius, because even people who don't play video games always know that the Wii is what you play tennis on.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you can do that, I mean, and particularly with the Motion Plus long strokes, if you could stand there and do that, you're playing tennis.
Well, I can't wait. I'm definitely going to become a sports superstar like I was meant to be, obviously.
You will be the Maria Sharapova of EA Sports Grand Slam Tennis, coming next week.
I'm going to hold you to that.
All right. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, that is all exciting and awesome, but this might be more exciting and awesome. Next month, the Tag of the Show celebrates its 1,000th episode with a 2-hour live event.
In your face, Rhoda! In your face! Eat it! Woo! Who's Rhoda?
Who's Rhoda?
Who's Rhoda?
Anybody?
Writers? Anybody like to know?
No?
By the way, I don't think it's my 1,000th. I think it's your 1,000th. So congratulations, Mr.
1,000 episodes! Wait, the show didn't matter till you arrived. We all know that.
I know. Your life began when I came here.
It was, BO and after, what's post-month? I don't know, it's fine. Revisit the best and worst with our favorite on-air moments. I was like, before Olivia.
It's B.O.
It's B. Don't do it.
No one's going to watch
We have the Red Ring of Death in my first appearance on G4, which I had the sad excuse for a mustache. Everything is bad. The lighting guy told me to please go get a tan because I was making his life hell.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was
Plus,
awesome.
we're going to show you guys our infamous pie jump.
Yes.
And for the very first time on TV, my audition video. I heard that I was number 85 out of 100 girls you had to see in one day.
That wouldn't surprise me, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to see that. I'm scared to see it, but that's going to be on the show. That and some very super secret surprises that, have you heard about? I don't know. Super secret surprises for us or for people?
Balloons and pie. There you go.
No.
Spoilers.
We're done with that. It's AOTS 1000, July 9th, only on G4.
Go to the all-new G4TV.com/AOTS for details. But don't go anywhere. We have a hands-on demo next that you simply can't refuse.
It's Mafia 2, the game that will give you some insight on the lives of the original gangsters. What's up?
This is my Mafia voice.
It's good. We'll be right back.
That was not good.
That was good.
I'm going to speak for all of us.
Okay, go ahead. Speak for all of us.
We've all had bad weekends in
Okay,
Vegas.
that's true.
You know, just ask O.J. Simpson or Roy's neck, you know. Well, after the tiger went all tiger on him.
Yeah, no, we got it. We got it.
Okay.
The guys in the new movie, The Hangover, have some tough lessons to learn about Vegas as well. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself.
He was mauled.
My name is Zach Galifianakis. This is...
I'm Ed Helms.
Bradley Cooper.
Put down your game control.
Take that tape off your glasses. Put down those...
Take your pocket protector out.
Take your headgear off.
And watch this special clip.
From The Hangover. These gentlemen have kindly volunteered to demonstrate how a stun gun is used to subdue a suspect. That's right.
Wait a second. What?
Now, there's two ways to use a stun gun. Up close and personal.
Really weird.
Or you can shoot it from a distance. Now, do I have any volunteers who want to come up here and do some shooting, huh? All right, how about you, young lady? Come on up here. All right, let's go, handsome. Come on. Not you, fat Jesus. Slide it on back. You, pretty boy. All right, now it's real simple. All you got to do is point, aim, and shoot. All right?
Okay, don't listen to this maniac. Let's think this thing through.
Finish him! Well done. Give her a hand, everybody.
The Hangover is in theaters this Friday, June 5th. Now, in this time of economic uncertainty, you might want to consider organized crime as a career option.
That's not a bad one. I mean, there's no health care.
No.
The hours are probably pretty bad, but I think get free pasta.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, we're still here, everybody. Welcome back to E309 Live. Now, the first installment of Mafia took place during the era of Prohibition.
Yeah, I still don't understand how people functioned back then. I mean, how did they work up the courage to, beat their loved ones?
I'm sure they found a way.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure they did. Mafia 2 leaps into the future about a decade or two. It's a time when cars had big fins and girls had poodle skirts and alcohol was nice and legal-like. It's another G4 world premiere, hands-on.
All right, joining us in this hands-on look at Mafia 2 is producer Denby Grace. Thank you so much for coming on and bringing a game I have been waiting for quite some time. Obviously, the first Mafia came out way back in 2002, and it really was something of a revelation back then. It was an open world game that had very, very tight combat controls.
Absolutely.
Looks like you've jumped forward. Is this tied into the first game in any way?
So no, Mafia 2 is a completely new story. It's kind of set in 2K Czech's version of America, It's set in a new city called Empire Bay. We've actually moved time sort of 15 years forward from the end of the last game. So the start of the game is February 1945. And the actual game, it spans 10 years of this guy Vito Scaletta's life. So it's an epic tale, And we end somewhere in the mid-50s. So we cross 2 different decades. So it's really nice sort of, well, it's a lengthy thing. It's an epic game, like you'd expect from these films, I guess.
Well, how big is this town or the city of Empire City in comparison to like Lost Heaven?
So Empire Bay is about twice the size of Lost Heaven. It's 10 square miles approximately. It features sort of 20 different neighborhoods, whether that be Little Italy, Chinatown, downtown areas. And also it has like 100 plus interactive indoor locations. And we're going to show one of those today, But we have things like diners, shops, clothes shops, all the stuff you'd expect from a sort of sandbox game.
That's what I love about Mafia. So many games promise an open world experience, but it's really just, it's closed off building facades. that you can drive by, and in your game, streaming right, you run right inside and the game just goes, right?
Absolutely. 2K Czech have done some wondrous things with their technology. You know, once the game's loaded, when you first sit down, there's no loading for the player, whether it be to cutscene, out of cutscene, into interiors, you know. And you're going to see the interiors that we're seeing today, you know, they're hugely destructive. For an open world game, they really are impressive, you know. They feature these massively destructible environments, hugely detailed, lots of props and objects all around, you know. And that we think we're doing something really, really unique for open world gaming in this way.
Now, like I said, you guys really brought strong combat controls into the open world game back in 2002.
Sure.
Much has happened since then. What have you done to kind of keep pace and maybe make an advancement in terms of combat?
So, well, the big thing is, obviously, that you're going to see is we're using a cover system. It's just the way things are done now for a third-person game, you know? So it seems like the natural thing to do. It allows us to do the combat that we want to do. Our combat is heavily choreographed, you know? We're not going to throw 200 enemies at you throughout the game, because that's just not real. One of our big mantras is a realistic feeling game, you know? And as such, you'll have 20 baddies, henchmen, who are really, really good. Them themselves use cover, you know? So the combat itself is really heavily choreographed, but it makes for really, really great set pieces.
So
these real dynamic things.
No wave after wave of bad guys coming out of a broom closet or anything like
absolutely.
that.
Well, actually, one section we can see here is as the guys are coming up this elevator here, there's going to be there's like a big set piece here, actually. I'm just, I'm filling for time where we,
here we
the
are.
guys like shooting holes through this door, you know, we have like dynamic objects.
Oh, you get the bottles going right off the top.
So you see, and then the guys like having this big, they're like blocked in this gap by these Tommy guys.
And chunks of the pillars blown away. I mean, everything seems to be pretty dynamic in this world.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my question, is there something really magic about Pilsner in the Czech Republic? Because this is an amazing piece of tech that you're working with. I mean, what are the various things that they have under the hood that are making this happen?
So it's a completely a proprietary engine that 2K Czech use. We use a big physics engine, and like I said, I've always talked about the physical objects. The streaming is really cool, and also it's really, really good looking. You know, we're pushing around really high quality textures, and the big thing is the streaming technology. It's the impressive thing. It's the thing that the gamer themselves are going to notice. You know? And the whole thing about the building the technology, we wanted the gamers to benefit. We didn't do anything that was unnecessary. We don't want to float our own egos. We just want to be able to deliver the experience that we envisage Mafia 2 being.
And what is this? I mean, we're living out, you said 10 years of this guy's life here. What is his life? What's his existence?
So Vito Scaletta, he's an Italian immigrant who's born in America. He's from a very, very poor upbringing, you know. And the whole story is sort of a buddy movie sort of thing. It's about Vito and his childhood friend Joe. And Vito's like I said, he's come from a poor upbringing. His father's left his mother in a lot of debt. He's just returned from the war, and he vows to wipe out his mother's debt. And Mama wants him to get an honest job. Of course she does.
Of course.
But Joe, like anybody can relate to this. Joe is the childhood friend that's gonna lead you astray.
Right.
He's like, what? We can work for these. We can earn some decent money. And so then this naturally pulls Vito towards a life of organised crime.
That's what I did to Kevin, just so you know.
I was a good boy until Adam came along in my life, and he showed me the fun of a firefight. Yeah. And I've been doused in blood, so yes, thank you for that, Adam.
Oh, yes, I'm doing everything I can.
Obviously, you're a mobster in this game, though, so constantly outrunning everybody that wants to kill you and the police as well, I'm assuming?
Yeah, sure. So at the start of the game, Vito's a nobody as far as the Mafia is concerned. He has no aspirations to become the Don or anything like that, but as the game progresses, he becomes a made man, and he's hired by the mob to carry out these things. You know, he's got to return the favours that he took at the start of the game, you know. Everyone knows about Mafia folklore. So, but as well as that, the police at the start of the game, they're an annoyance, you know. They're after this guy. Like I said, he's a nobody. As we progress through the game, though, naturally the police, they're on the payroll. You can call these guys up, call them off, you know. It's a nice touch and it advances the gameplay. I know the police in Mafia 1, for instance, they were maybe a little bit aggressive.
Well, they had that nice confused look on their face.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything confused about how cool this game looks. And it is coming out early next year?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, great. Thank you so much. It really is.
Dan, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, enough of those dudes blathering on. Let's find out what's on your mind. It's time for the virtual audience.
All right, we're going to talk to Craig. Craig, what's up?
What's up, you guys? How you doing?
Good. So now that E309 has come to a close, was there anything that you were hoping to see but you didn't?
Mainly an announcement for a price drop. I think that was a thing everybody was waiting for. So there was a lot of rumors out there from Sony that the PS3 would drop, and even from Microsoft that Xbox Live may be free. And we didn't really hear too much on that. So hopefully next year we'll get a little bit more.
Well, on the other end, Kevin, did you hear anybody? But like they weren't making announcements. But did anybody say anything about price drop?
Yeah, no. I mean, Adam was and still is more than convinced that we're going to see a PS3 price drop before the end of the year. But I would be surprised if we see Xbox Live going free or discounted anytime soon, because Microsoft's making money off of it.
Yeah.
And now they've got, with the Netflix and 1080p on demand and a whole bunch of other things that make you want to pay for the gold subscription.
So it might not happen.
Yeah, especially with Facebook and Twitter. So anyway, there you go, Craig.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks Craig.
Yep, appreciate it, buddy. Now, no problem. We miss you already.
Oh, we do.
We do, all of you.
All right, earlier in the show, we asked you this question. What is your favorite element of the Need for Speed series? And right now, the current leader is police chases with 41%. Kevin messed with the poll again. We're back with more E309 Live in just a moment.
Every time. E309 Live is brought to you by Warner Brothers Pictures' new comedy, The Hangover. In theaters everywhere, June 5th.
They had the whole presentation for this, and after the whole week has gone by, I'm going to say Star Wars Old Republic, my favorite. It looked fantastic, and
think it's going to do well?
I think, look, my biggest question was the trailer they put up, is that how it's going to play? And they're like, ideally, yes. So if it plays as well as it looked, yes. And
ideally, yes. I like that. Ideally. Hopefully.
And, you know, people are saying this could take down World of Warcraft. If
That is a bold statement. My friend, I'm going to go with Brutal Legend because I think it can actually bring gaming to a little bit more of the mainstream. It's really funny.
It was funny.
Very funny. It has celebrities. People like the celebrities.
I was a huge fan of Uncharted 2, as everybody knows, but also the Sony motion control.
It was cool.
I know it's just a tech demo, but man, at least they're making it for a hardcore audience, and it looks like it actually works. So very excited for that, and that it just give me a thumbstick on it, please, and some vibration, and I'm happy.
You're happy.
I'm happy.
All right. Yes. Well, thanks to all the developers for bringing us the demos. We really had such a great time. Thanks for coming to us set.
Yes, we came, we played. I think we can fairly say that we conquered E3. That's right. Now, X-Play will choose E3's best. Don't miss X-Play's Best of E3 Awards Monday night at 6:30.
Check out the all-new G4TV.com/XPlay for updates.
Hey, seriously, pay attention. Revenge of the Nerds is starting right now. You gotta love that. Thank you, guys.
Is this Revenge of the Nerds?
Thank you guys so much for hanging out during the E3.